opening days in your life, and you've changed teams before. You were in Washington last year, but do you still get nervous for opening day?
A little bit. I think just those first game jitters are always going to be there. Um, I think the excitement, right? I think that's what it is. It's more so the excitement of playing in the first game and getting out there and playing a game that's meaningful, right? So exhibition's been great. You get to kind of get some of the bugs out and whatnot, but this is when the first game jitters or the excitement of competing and putting everything on the line there.
You're also excited to see how this group comes together. Especially you said the other day, this group isn't going to count on one guy to score goals.
Right. Yeah. I think our practice has been hard and great. And I think it's been a real high compete level, which is forcing guys to battle and do the necessary things that it takes to give yourself a chance to win. And the group is young. They are learning on the go. And it's the very simple thing is that the message is that I can kind of pass on is don't compound mistakes. It's okay to make a mistake, make it with aggression, and at the end of the day, your teammates are there to kind of back you up. And that's if we can play free and not carefree, but play a little bit with a little bit less tension. I think you'll see better results with the guys growing as individuals and as group.
How satisfying is it for you to be here staying here today? Last year you were kind of settling into a role as the third goalie for a little bit. Now you're going to start the opener, I guess. So I assume that's satisfying.
Yeah, it's different. Like I said, it's knowing your role and how to embrace it. I think I've been in this role before. I've been in the support role before, and it's just a matter of continuing to have the mindset to earn your ice time and earn your spot. And it comes into we're all proud individuals. We're all here because we are proud of what we do, and we are capable of what we're able to accomplish on the ice. And now it's just a matter of proving that on a daily basis of competing and proving your worth that the organization makes the right move, whether it's myself or another guy. You got to earn it every day.
You saw this team. You watched last year West Washington played this team 8 times. Do you feel what you've seen in training camp now, and now that you know these guys a little better, that they're a better team now than they were last year?
I think so. Last year it's tough when you're on the outside looking in to really dissect something that you see. It's when you're on the outside of the fishbowl looking in, it's not necessarily accurate. And to be now on the inside and talking to everybody and getting to know everybody, this is a hard-working, close-knit group already. We've got a good base to start from. And again, it's one of those things where we're not counting on 1 or 2 guys to step up and say, hey, we're going to put the team on our back and we're going to go. It's going to take all 20 guys here pulling on the rope. And I've been in part of those teams where you don't have a superstar because they're either injured or whatnot. And it's amazing how the collective group, once they start to believe in each other, and they start having success, how powerful that is.
Greg, I guess I will force you to repeat, but what's the key to be playing so long in the NHL? 18 years, 40 years old right now.
I think I went through some ups and downs early in my career and had to figure out the work ethic and what needed to be done on a daily basis to get to the level that we're at, and then to stay here. I mean, it's one thing to get there when you're a young guy. Whether you're a high draft pick or not, you get an opportunity. If you're a high draft pick, maybe you get 2 or 3 opportunities. It's how do you make the most of the opportunity. And I was fortunate enough to, I had my opportunity. I faltered, and then I had to learn. I had to go back to the minors and figure out, hey, if I want to get back to that level, you learn from your mistakes and you move forward. And that's the thing. If you keep growing and you keep learning and you keep bettering yourself, at the end of the day, it comes down to motivation and doing the work that's needed. You just can't put your stick out there and expect to be on the team. There's going to be another hungry guy coming and take your job. And it's the old saying of stay hungry.
You haven't played much last year. You played 4 games in Washington, 2 games during the playoffs. But was it enough to prove yourself and prove other teams that you were still having gas in the tank for?
There's going to be good days and bad days. I'm not going to sugarcoat that, and that goes for whether you're 40 years old or 25 years old. You're going to have good days and bad days. It's, do you have the motivation to come back the next day and work harder to continue to get better? When you're 25, it's easy because that's all you know. As you get older in your career, you still have to find that motivation and drive, and that's the key. No matter what age, is trying to find what motivates you and what keeps you driving coming to the rink.
With 7 new defensemen, you have to communicate now with these guys. Are you good with the communication through training camp, or is it still a process?
It's going to continue to be a work in progress. I think getting to know each guy. I mean, when you're through training camp and exhibition games, we didn't play with the same 7 guys. So now that we've got the guys set here, it's a matter of now knowing the terminology and understanding, what I'm reading and what I'm seeing, and what my call-outs might be. They may not be expecting that. So it's just a matter of getting used to it, going through the repetitions of it. It might take a game or two, but hopefully the sooner than later we kind of get on that same page. And at the end of the day, we're all there to support each other. And if there's a mistake happens, we got no problem grabbing each other and saying, hey, where are we going with this? What's the solution going forward?
You've had a lot of coaches in your career. How does Don stand out compared to other guys? And because just looking at practice, he seemed to be thinking maybe a bit outside the box and doing things other coaches.
Don's been great. Communication with the guys. We've gone through meetings every day as far as his expectations for the day. He's really promoting being a free thinker out there, making plays, understanding that the system is built in for you to try to make plays. There are backups, there are layers to kind of support, and to play play loose. The idea of having to be robotic or have to do the same thing over and over again, that has not been the case. And I think that's great for the young guys to kind of learn and kind of learn on their own, make their own mistakes. At the same time, like I said, we've got the layers in place to try to support those mistakes, and we just try to not compound multiple mistakes at once.
Knowing mistakes are going to get made, especially with a young group, how do you maintain your patience and just with the team and what's happening in front of you, just to keep everybody calm and not get too out of whack?
I think I've been around a long time, and I've seen veteran teams make lots of mistakes, right? So, what you want to see, or what the difference between a veteran team making mistakes and a younger team making mistakes is that a veteran team usually understands that, hey, if I make a mistake, I got to bust my butt twice as hard to get back, or do something else to make the play better. Sometimes as a younger guy, you get frustrated, you throw your head in the air, and before you know it, you just compounded that same mistake with not back checking or not picking up the next layer, and it ends up costing you. So that's kind of the difference. It's kind of understanding like mistakes are going to happen. It's a game of mistakes. It's not what happens to you, it's how you respond. And I think that's going to be huge for us as far as learning and kind of growing as a group.
You had so many games in your career with the Habs in Ottawa. How weird was it last year to not see them? And what do you think about having a much more normal schedule?
Yeah, I think the schedule will be good, getting back to normal and playing everybody and kind of visiting all the buildings. And, last year was definitely a weird year. It is what it was, and, not much we can do to change it. But at the same time, we're living in a global pandemic, and we're able to go and do our job primarily, close to what we did before the pandemic. So, it's exciting for us to get back to playing in front of everybody. And seeing all the teams is always a plus. You get to see all the people that you've, grown accustomed to seeing, and, visiting the different cities and seeing that type of stuff is kind of what makes playing hockey great, is you get to kind of travel to North America and, see some sights that most people don't.
Thanks, Craig.
All right, thank you.
Craig.